Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, we are going to be breaking down a picture that has been going viral in the Power Rangers community for the last month. A fan put out a statement towards Hasbro, and I wanted to give you my opinion, what I think, and also hear from you guys. Let's break it down. Hit that intro, Rangers.
You are watching the Fan Club.
You're watching the Fan Club.
And you're watching the Fan Club. Do you know what time it is?
And you know what time it is.
It's time for the Fan Club. Let's go. Hey!
I can't do this on my own, cause you know things ain't always sweet when you out here in these streets. But my morpher when it morphed, I made a fake one.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fan Club. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Man, oh man, this is my first weekend off in a very long time, so I am enjoying it, hanging out with the family, doing some things. Last night, my buddy, not myself, but a friend of mine actually had a DJ event. I got to go, brought my camera, got some footage, had some fun. We're enjoying ourselves on this Saturday, but I'm probably going to put this out on Sunday, so I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday fun day. I really wasn't going to make a video about this when I first saw this about a month and a half ago. However, it seems like every week this goes viral again and has people talking, and I feel two types of way about this. Part of me agrees with some things that this person is saying, and part of me kind of disagrees with some of the things that they're saying. But let's get into this message. Maybe some of you guys already read this, maybe some of you have not, but let's read what we are talking about. Members of Hasbro, especially the ones in the international branches of Hasbro, it has come to my attention that you have gotten rid of one of the most mixedly respected franchises the world has ever seen, Power Rangers. You guys could have done great things with this franchise, despite the fact that it also had many downfalls over the years. But instead, after Beast Morphers, which was quite a good start to me, you made a fool out of this franchise and then straight up canceled it. What were you guys thinking? We're going to read more, but I just had to point out something. They said you guys could have done great things with this franchise, despite the fact it had many downfalls over the years. So you are admitting that even before Hasbro touched this brand, it's been a roller coaster. There were a lot of highs, but there were also a lot of lows. So what you're saying is this was a risk. And with risk comes failure. It happens. I was just having this conversation the other day for a different topic, but on failure and on risks. When you take a calculated risk, sometimes it pays off. But when it's a risk, it's a freaking risk, guys. That means the percentage of the payoff is usually lower than it failing. We know that this was a risk with Hasbro. We know that they didn't technically do their full research before they bought the Power Rangers franchise. They didn't go to an R&D department. They signed it over. It was almost like they were doing a favor for Haim Saban, and they got this action hero franchise. I hear that they were looking for a dinosaur franchise. They couldn't get Jurassic Park. So they thought for some reason that Power Rangers was kind of like dinosaurs, so let's jump on that. When they initially purchased Power Rangers, Hasbro had a full team, a lot of people that did care about it, hence why Beast Morphers was pretty good. The Lightning Collection started off fire. There were a lot of things going on over at Hasbro that were good with Power Rangers. We're not letting them off the hook. There were a lot of complications with Hasbro just as a business that trickled down to hurt Power Rangers. Now let's get into more of this and we'll give you more of our opinion. Now don't get me wrong, I do enjoy your other franchises such as My Little Pony and Transformers, two of my favorite franchises from you guys. But you need to understand that you have just taken away a franchise that I held close to my heart for a really long time, which is something I can't stand by for. You're killing the worldwide mixedly respect and appreciation for adopted tokusatsu just by your cancellation process. It makes me feel bad to even think about this. I want you Hasbro to go get your act together and bring the Power Rangers back into the spotlight. Adapt further seasons of Super Sentai, return all that you have auctioned off, and continue the Power Rangers season for as long as the time of media lives. Man, now that right there is probably one of the most spoiled, self-entitled statements I've ever heard. I want you, Hasbro, to get your act together and bring the Power Rangers back into the spotlight. You better bring them back, Hasbro. Adapt further seasons of Super Sentai. Like, you know that that's going to make money. Also, return all that you have auctioned off and continue the Power Rangers season for as long as the time of media lives. So basically, we want you to lose money. We were talking years ago, before this cancellation even happened, if they continue to do the same thing, Power Rangers is going to die, because if you pay attention, they're giving you signs that this brand was on the brink of cancellation for many years. It was never a top brand anymore. I was just looking at a list of like the top franchises that people spend money on every year. Power Rangers wasn't even in that top 10, that top 15, not even that top 20. But there were a lot of other brands that were pretty freaking surprising, like Gundam was on that list. Pokemon was number one. Power Rangers was a brand back in the day that was number one, and they never figured out how to make it so the older generation can get back on board and also make something for the younger generation. Definitely, Hasbro has its problems, but I don't think going back and doing the exact same thing because you miss it is the right thing either. They were obviously losing money. I was just talking to a Power Ranger actor a few weeks ago, and we both agreed that, like, yes, Power Rangers as a whole has so many really good seasons, but the most identified and the most popular is always going to be Mighty Morphin, and there is a whole mainstream audience out there that has no idea what a Dino Fury or a Jungle Fury or a Time Force or an even in space Power Ranger is. They probably know Mighty Morphin and maybe Zeo or Turbo, and that is about it, okay? Most people don't even know that there is Power Rangers beyond the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They think it's almost like the Ninja Turtles or something. It's just the same thing every year, and it's different. They don't know that. So as a whole, we love these other seasons, but the mainstream audience doesn't even know they exist. With that being said, no one's spending money on these seasons. Nobody is going to go to the toy store and buy all of these toys for a show that nobody watches anymore. It sucks. And I hate to be the pessimist because you know we are very positive over here, but we're also real. When we see something, we talk about it. We don't just like see a problem and keep our mouths shut. We're going to be open about this. And yes, Hasbro has some problems for sure, but I don't think making them go back and doing the same thing is the solution. Let's keep on reading. The reason why I want you to do this is because sure, there were some times when the franchise had its downfalls. I'm looking at you, Dino Fury. There were plenty other times. And it might not be what you wanted, but it's something that many Power Rangers and Super Sentai fans, including myself, would want, because in some episodes of Power Rangers seasons, there's an important lesson to learn in life, as well as a new and creative way for the Power Rangers to be introduced, along with a way to adapt Super Sentai seasons that were skipped, introduce new characters, a new lineup of movies and crossovers, like a comic book featuring the Power Rangers. Oh man, this is nuts, and a chance to learn from the mistakes this franchise might have caused in the past, even if it went horribly wrong. R.I.P. Jason David Frank. The Power Rangers franchise have been a part of many childhoods for many years, and without it, we wouldn't have had the things that came with it. New adaptations from Super Sentai, merchandise, spin-offs, I think inspiration to make similar content, fan-made movies and videos online, fan-made Power Ranger teams, YouTube channels dedicated to the franchise, and much more. I strongly ask you, Hasbro, to get your act together. Adapt further seasons of Super Sentai, return all that you have auctioned off, and bring the Power Rangers franchise back into the spotlight. It's all that I and hopefully a lot of other Power Ranger fans and Super Sentai fans ask of you. Now, I do agree with a lot of this. I want Hasbro to do more for Power Rangers. Quote unquote, yeah, would I like them to get their act together with Power Rangers? Hell yeah. But there's some demands in here where would I like them to adapt Super Sentai seasons? Part of me, yes. But part of me knows that there's not a lot of great seasons to adapt anymore. I think, what do we have, man? We got Kira Major. What do we got? King Oger. There's a few seasons that are adaptable, but that's about it. I've always said for the past few years, something original for an American audience would give it a way better chance than just always doing the same thing. The reason why Power Rangers was such a hit back in the 90s is because it was something new. Now no one watches it and they need to shake it up a little bit. Try something. But the problem is they're not even trying anything. The one thing that I would put in here is I would love to see them try a bunch of different stuff. Try a preschool show, try a preschool animated show, try an animated show, try a TV 14 style show. And then if all else fails and you want to go back to the Sentai, cool. But there are so many things that could be done to amplify this franchise. I think the problem with this message that I don't like is you just want them to put it back the way it was. But the way it was losing traction. We weren't getting the good treatment no more because no one really cared about Power Rangers. If we go back and do the exact same thing, we're just gonna lose money. I think there needs to be an innovation. We need to innovate, man. You ever hear the statement innovate or die? You have to kind of keep it moving, come up with new ideas and change with your demographic and your audience. And that's always been the biggest downfall and problem, in my opinion, with Power Rangers, is it ever changed with its audience. You have all of these other fan bases out there that as they've got older, the shows have gotten older, right? You've seen a more adult style Ninja Turtles, all this Marvel stuff, all this DC stuff, but then they still have media for the young generation. Power Rangers is kind of lacking on that, where we are still doing the same style show from the 90s that the adults don't really care for anymore, but the kids don't care for it because it's not like any style of show that's out there that they actually like. And I'm kind of saying this in a mean way in the sense of when you see what kids are watching, they're not watching Power Rangers. They never adapted to be cool with the adults or be cool with the kids. That's their problem. Putting everything back to the way it was, it will not solve anything, and I can promise you that. Now, if we take a few years off and then they come back with a Sentai show, it might build some hype for a minute. But over time, if they just continue to do it again, I think the hype is going to die down and it's going to be the same damn thing. I think that they should try something new. That's what I've been saying for the past 4 or 5 years at this point. But what are your thoughts out there? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video and we'll read some comments. Shout out all the fans out there that take the time out of their day to watch this content. You are the real MVPs and the reason why we can continue to make stuff like this. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
I want to give a special shout out to the Gold Ranger members, the Arctic Operator, Salima Ramirez, Stephen Heffelman, Thomas Franco, Anime King Nick, Louis Cairns, Austin White, and Papillon Purple. Thank you guys so much for your support, and if you want a video shout out like this one, sign up to be a Gold Ranger member today.
Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, hit that share button, and if you can, please sign up to be a member today. We have 3 membership power-ups. We have the Gold Ranger power-up, the most popular. You get into our exclusive fan club chat group. We have fan-exclusive videos that we are adding monthly now. And you get a video shout out. Yes, folks, at the end of our videos, I will shout out your name. We also have the Quantum Ranger power up where you get monthly meetings online with me. Yes, folks, we will talk once a month on Zoom and you can give me your ideas for future episodes. And then we have a professional package, the Dr. K power up, that is for businesses that want to tap into the platform. If you guys can, please sign up to be a member today. It is highly appreciated and it helps us keep these videos going. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Hi, we're Bulk and Skull. We have been requested by the fan club to say something funny.